Welcome to Mark Bajerski YouTube channel. Get a shave, Mr. Bajerski. What's wrong with you? Actually, I like looking like a little Santa Claus, a little older man. I look like a granddad. Some days I look like a granddad, some days I look like a... Just stop and get on with your job, Mr. Bajerski. I know what you're thinking. Well, welcome to Mark Bajerski YouTube channel. Today we're going to talk about something that's going to sound weird. I like this guy sometimes and other times he's weird. Yeah, I am weird. I'm very strange. I am not like the herd. I'm very different. The reason why I'm different is because I see life in a different way. And the reason why I see life in a different way is because I was beaten as a child. I was bullied as a child. And you start asking questions when you get bullied. You start asking questions about yourself if you get beat by your father. And you wonder to yourself, what is this life about? You know, why would a friend beat you up? Why would a dad want to beat you? You know, you ask these questions. And I think the more you're abused in life, the more you ask questions than if you weren't abused. It sounds awful, really, but that's what I see with my friends who had lovely mums and dads and didn't really get bullied at school because they were bigger lads, you know. I was a skinny lad, you know, so when you're a skinny lad, bullies like to pick on. Anyway, shut up, Mark, get on with it. So I see things in a little bit of a different way and I stop. I do, honestly. I mean, everybody says I'm always in a rush. I was called the Scarlet Pimpernel, but actually, I am a big thinker, a deep. I don't just look at something, I go deep. They call it deep dive. Everybody's using this deep dive. They love these keywords, don't they? I'll deep dive now. I like it, actually. I quite like it. I like the word deep dive. Let's deep dive into crystals. Get me out of here, I'm drowning. Drowning in crystals. Good way to go, I guess. If you're going to go, drown in crystals. Did you like the joke I said to you the other day? It wasn't actually a joke. It was a true story. Somebody sent me an email saying, Mark, I'm in such a bad place. Could you send me a crystal for addiction to being addicted to crystals? I'm brilliant. I'll send you as many as you want, love. There's some things which, when you are addicted to, are brilliant and positive. Unless you can't afford your mortgage and they're coming to take your house. Leave my crystals alone. You can take everything else, but not my crystal. Yeah, take my husband. It's either me or the crystals. Where are you going? Come back. Oh my God, is this just a crazy video? I wanted it to be serious. Oh. Am I going to start again? Okay, just scratch that last line out completely. Let's start again. Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, and welcome to Mark Bajerski YouTube channel, your YouTube channel for a beautiful insight, deep dive. I'm not on anything, honestly. Welcome to Mark Bajerski YouTube channel, where we're going to talk about crystals today, and it's going to be a beautiful day. So what is a crystal? Most people who hold a crystal just go, oh yeah, it's really nice, and put it down. And some people like me and you actually become almost, what's the word I want to use? Obsessed. And there's a reason why people become obsessed with crystals. So let me take you through my process of crystals. The first crystal I ever had in my pocket was grabbed by a little girl, and her life was changed from having night terrors and being bullied at school to them completely disappearing. At first, when I was told about this, I was very kind of like, yeah, whatever. And then I looked into it in more depth, and true to form, the lady didn't lie to me. She was being honest. Nothing had changed in her life apart from that crystal that was taken out of my pocket and given to this little girl, and everything changed. Was that coincidence? Well, actually, after a decade and a half to 2 decades, I would definitely say no. There is definitely something in a crystal that changes a frequency or an energy within us that then transforms our own energy into a more balanced energy. Wherefore, we are. You see, let me just go back to what I said at the beginning. The reason why I was picked on is because I had an energy of fear. Why did I have fear? Well, that's obvious. My dad beat me when I came home. And I know why he beat me now, but at the time I didn't. As a child, we don't know. Our mums would cuddle us and say, "It's okay, darling," but they wouldn't. My mum didn't know why my dad did that. My mum was even struggling herself with this man. So the thing is, when you don't know when somebody does something to you, what you try and understand what it is, you end up with this energy of confusion, fear, and to a bully or to anybody else, it's deemed as weakness. And anybody who looks weak is easy target to a bully. So that's why a lot of people get bullied. They get bullied because at home they don't have all the answers, or there is something deep within them that they're insecure about. It's not always a dad or a mum beating us. So I don't want you pointing the finger and saying, "Hey, hang on a minute, my child's being bullied, but I don't, I treat them with love and all that." No, I don't always mean that. It's not always that one thing. I'm just talking about me. There are many other reasons why. We could have a brother or sister who give us grief. We could have a next door neighbor or whatever. But what I'm trying to say is that I don't have no idea what I'm trying to say anymore. I forgot. Oh my God, this is the worst ever video I've ever made. Just juggle some crystals. Oh my God. Oh, okay. Okay, so going back to crystals, that first crystal that was given to this little child who stole it off me. She needed that, and that was the connection. And I started thinking, did I actually take that crystal out of my pocket and put it on the table by accident? So all of a sudden there's all these thoughts and feelings about why this process happened. Then I went even deeper and started to look, well, hang on a minute, what happened with that crystal? That was given to me by somebody who said, "Look, I think you need this crystal." Like, I just started healing work. I didn't work with crystals, and yet I had this crystal in my pocket, and for some natural reason, I organically held that crystal as I was doing my healing work. As I was doing that healing work, I recall placing this crystal on people's hearts or on their forehead, not knowing why. And as I took that off at the end of a healing session, after 1 hour or 1 hour and a half, that crystal had the energy which was given through the universe or God, whatever you want to believe it is, but an energy that was now healing that client. Now, I realized that if it's right, if this is true, what was the healing process of these people? Well, I recall back some of the healing sessions. A girl had come to me who had been abused, who needed help. Somebody else had come to me who took their life and it never worked, but they had scars to prove. That was shortcoming of 2 or 3 days. So then they came to me, and so on. And I remember definitely one client who came to me who suffered with problems with sleep. Real problems. So the healing process of Mother Earth that gives us this healing through our beautiful hands that anybody can do was now a memory in that crystal. I thought, could it be that after a healing session, that same energy enters into the crystal, and that's why whoever, if you believe the spirit world is working alongside us, which I know for a fact they do, could it be that this little beautiful girl's family and spirit, a grandmother, had known exactly that I was going to meet with the mother, and that I was working on a crystal that she brought somebody to give me that crystal that I would lay on clients, knowing that the energy of healing work, which is a combination of a human and a spirit working together to be the channel for the energy to go into a crystal, that spirit knows that crystals hold memory. Could it be that all of that process was so synchronized that that little child's life changed from that moment on? Well, you know what? It's It's a big pill to swallow. And we don't want to be swallowing pills. But from that moment on, I took the brave step to say, you know what? Don't say no. Just say, let's see what happens. I sit here today after working with literally thousands upon thousands of crystals, laying crystals down on clients, whether it's their head, their feet, their stomach, their heart, their solar plexus, down by their private parts and all over their body. And after one healing session, given that crystal to that client, and they've gone away and they've said many a times, even now I bumped into somebody only about 2 weeks ago, and they said, hey Mark, I went, oh hi, I remember you, yeah, I came for a healing session. Do you want to see something? Go on then. And out of their pocket comes that very crystal. And they say, and this person said, because I say they, it happens all the time, never taken this off, or if it was on their neck, or I've never let this go. It's always with me. Why? There's got to be a reason for that. And you see, that's the power of crystals. When people say, oh, they get dirty, they run out, they need new energy. This guy didn't, who I bumped into. This woman who I bumped into not so long ago, never cleansed it. Because I asked, God, do you ever cleanse and clear them? No, why should you? No, not at all. Not at all, because you're living proof that you don't. Look how powerful that crystal is in your hand, the way you're speaking about it and holding it. Eh? How many years is that? 10, 12, 13? So crystals are far more than what anybody can actually try and convince me that they are. I mean, only the other day, Nazim something or other, the guy who predicted that we would all float, and when Nibiru came, which was years ago, he's forgot about that. I'm sure he don't want anybody to remember that. But even he posted something about the power of crystals and that they were alive. It wasn't his post. He was just taking information from somebody else, like a lot of these people do. And that information is the same information that I have come to understand after working with crystals for so many years. Literally, I would be the same as a scientist in a room working one-to-one for hours upon hours, seeing crystals and their true transformation. Absolutely. Are crystals alive? Well, let me tell you this. My secret to crystals is this. I see a crystal as a bear in a cave. What do you mean? Well, I'll tell you what I mean. When a bear is in a cave and it's winter, it hibernates. It's not dead, it's just hibernating, ready to come out when the energy is right. I consider myself and you to be the energy. Same as the energy of the sun, same as that powerful energy. You vibrate as such an energy that you can create your street, another street, another street. You could put all them lights on with your energy. That's how powerful your energy is. Oh yes, they won't tell you that. Science won't tell you that, but it's true. The energy you create is so powerful that you can get a message to somebody across the world with your energy and power. They call it telepathy, but it's just an energy that you can send to somebody else. That's why you think, oh, I'm just thought of so-and-so. Oh, I just thought about you. Oh, yeah, we just thought about each other. Yeah, because it's energy, and that's the power of energy. If you can isolate that thought, that energy, and send it, oh, yes, it hits. Just like a healer isolates and makes that energy like that and then pushes it and sends it through into the client. So that energy is the same as the bear being asleep and coming out, and I've got that energy. Here's my bear, right? Now I hold this bear, I wake it up with my sun energy. And I say to that bear, welcome to the world. Welcome as my best friend. Welcome. And I'm going to share another secret with you. I now become its best friend, and I now start working with this crystal. And this crystal now starts to speak to me because it's waking up. And sometimes it can take a week, sometimes it can take a month, sometimes it can take 6 months. Other times it can take a moment. And when that energy wakes up, when that bear wakes up in my hand, we start to communicate to each other. And sometimes we don't even need to speak. I don't need to fully focus on that energy and say, oh, hello, wake up. I just need to wear it. And as I wear it, I hold the crystal like I am in my hand here. with a piece of moldavite, which is asleep, and a piece of tektite, which is asleep. And I'm waking this up as I'm living, as I'm breathing, as I'm experiencing my energy shift and change. And I'm talking to this crystal, sometimes when I don't even realize I'm talking to it, because the crystal talks back to me and says, hey, I'm awake. And it says, I'm now going to start helping you, as the bear now needs to help itself. So we start working together. And that interaction is so unique to each other that it blows me away. And I've seen some people become so connected to a crystal that they'll never let it go, that it becomes part of them. Oh, yes. It's like you wouldn't want to let go of your mum or your dad or your brother or sister or your lover or your best friend. It's the same thing. It's energy. Energy of a human, energy of a crystal. It's the same thing. So some people look at you as if you're crazy. Well, you're looking at me as if you're crazy. Actually, I look at you as if you're crazy, because I don't see much love in you, and I don't see you sharing much of your love. I see much selfishness within you. And actually, the people who are open-minded and loving and kind can see that we can have a bond with animals. We can have a bond with trees, with Mother Earth, and with crystals. We can, if we are that energy. If we are open enough to feel that energy, we can bond. And let me tell you, I have bonded with thousands of crystals, and some crystals are so bonding that it breaks my heart, tears me away to let it go to somebody else, but I know that that person needed that bond more than me. And that's why every crystal that is ever bought from me, from day one of me working with crystals and then gifting them, or somebody wanting to buy one, with that crystal that they buy, I can buy 3. And when I buy 3, I gift another one away and sell one, and I've got another one for myself. And that has been my foundation of markbajerski.com. I give thousands of crystals away. Why do you think I do that? Do you think I do it because, oh, it's a good thing to do? I do it because I know if they can open up to that bond of that crystal. You look at the messages. You look at the messages. Mark, I didn't even open the packet and I felt emotional. Why is that? Because a good healer knows how to put energy into a crystal. A good healer knows the truth about crystals. And a long time ago, if you look at the ancient scrolls, they talked about crystals being transported and taken to other places in the world where the healer could feel the energy of that and take the memory of what was said. So it was like a telephone or a computer that they could hold and hear the information what another healer would pass through into this crystal. A crystal is alive. It isn't a computer. It is actually alive. It's listening to everything I say, and it's holding on to it. It's holding on to my beautiful energy that I give it now. And you know, when I don't have good energy, it gives me good energy because it knows I need it. And when I'm in good energy, my natural healing ability, as you are a natural healer, as a child would fall and hurt itself, you would run over and rub its knee, the child's knee, and say, "You okay, darling?" It's the same. You're a natural healer. You give to the crystal gives to you without even knowing. So the bond between humans and crystals are amazing. I give you this information because so many people out there are confused about life, confused about everything. I have seen confusion turn to clarity, turn to strength, turn to healing. All of the positive things in life. It may be difficult at first, and there may be a process of the spiritual detox when you hold a crystal, but once that's done, there's never been a crystal that I have never seen not do its work on any client. And I believe whatever crystal you choose from whatever crystal shop you go to, wherever you go in the world, the crystal will always call you, will always be attracted to you, because the crystal knows. The crystal is alive. And there's a lot of the times that people say, I didn't feel anything from my crystal. And I say, why is it that you want something instant? You know, the most beautiful things in the world, which last the longest, are the ones which are the most hard work. Like, you know, when you conquer your mountain, if you actually truly get to the top of that mountain on your own and you've sweated to get there and you get to the top, that feeling is the most amazing feeling in the world. If somebody says, oh, I'll give you a lift, jump on my back, or if somebody says, get in this helicopter and get to the top, yeah, it's nice, but it's not the same. So what I'm saying is when you have a crystal and you think, oh, it's not working, it doesn't work, it doesn't call to me, it doesn't say anything, it might be asleep and it might need your help and your love and your commitment to be able to bond with that crystal. So maybe the answer to why you say to me, I don't know, it's not working, it's not doing anything, maybe now you'll just think a bit deeper and dive a bit deeper and have a bit of respect for the crystal and start to talk to it and love it and start to treasure it and start to see the beauty in that crystal every day and trust that in the moment your crystal will awaken to what you need. And let me just point one more thing out just to clarify all of this. Sometimes if you have a challenge in life, a most terrible trauma, and many, many things that you've created, barriers that you've put around yourself, like, I don't want to be loved anymore, he treated me so bad, boom, another wall. This happened to me, I'm not gonna have any more friends, boom, boom, boom. You know how hard it is for that crystal to begin with, to break through all of those barriers, to get to where it needs to be so that you're open again to love and understanding and openness and the magic of the world, because you've created this powerful brick wall that you believe that if anybody wants to get to me, then they'll break it down because then I'm worth it and then they'll know. No. Let the brick wall go. Let it go and start to trust today and say, okay, I'm going to let go of all my pain and suffering and I'm going to just say, I'll leave it to you to bring whoever into my life. I'm going to trust you now. No more brick walls, no more worrying, fearing. These are the things that I've always shared with you out of my heart by saying, the reason why I keep saying all of these things is to let you become open to the flow of life. And then magic happens. Because then the crystal can, instead of boring through what can take weeks and months and sometimes years to get into you, if you're able to help that crystal and say, okay, I trust you, I'm going to work with you and talk to your crystal in a not like out loud in front of a crowd. I mean, of course, you can if you want, but somebody might be taking you away. You speak to your crystal telepathically. If you just close your eyes and hold it and feel it and then just feel. You might be surprised. You might be surprised. Okay? That's my little talk today. I'm sorry about the beginning of this. Yeah. I love you all. Thank you for going to Bajerski.com and buying your authentic crystals, oils and incense. I hope they help you along your journey as much as they've helped me, and I hope you love them as much as I loved working with them. I've got all these oils now I've got to crack on with, the awakening oils. And I'll see you tomorrow. I hope this serves you well. Have a great day. Love you all. Mean it. Do love ya.